Welcome to Dawn Stories channel.
Have you ever caught yourself wishing you had stayed quiet, only to realize that the urge to speak was stronger than your own wisdom? Sometimes words spill out before we even realize, leaving us with a strange mix of relief and regret. We want to explain, to defend, to make ourselves understood. Yet later, we see how a single moment of silence could have made all the difference. This story is about that restless urge, the need to have the last word, and the gentle lesson hidden within it. The turtle who couldn't stay silent. Once upon a time, in a tranquil valley, there lived a solitary turtle in the cool, clear waters of her little pond. Day after day, she watched the world drift by, clouds swirling in slow motion, birds tracing graceful paths across the sky, the seasons changing like soft dreams. But inside her, a quiet longing lived, a hope for something she couldn't quite name, a sense that there was more waiting somewhere beyond her familiar shores. Then one morning, two young geese landed at the edge of her pond. They were full of tales from distant places, laughter from faraway lands, and memories of adventures the turtle could only imagine. Drawn by curiosity, the turtle introduced herself, timidly at first. "You've seen the world out there," she said, eyes bright. "I only know this little corner of mine." The geese smiled warmly at her. They returned the next day, and again after that. Before long, a real friendship grew between them. One golden morning, the geese brought news. "We're flying back home tomorrow. It's a long journey, but the world you'll see along the way, mountains, rivers, fields, you'd never forget. Would you like to come?" The turtle's heart leapt at the thought, but then she hesitated. "How could I possibly go with you?" she whispered. "I have no wings." With kindness, the geese replied, "We'll carry you, but there's one thing you must promise. Stay completely silent for the whole journey. Not a single word, no matter what." The turtle hesitated. She loved to share her thoughts and opinions, to comment on every little thing, but the chance to see the world beyond her pond was a dream she couldn't let go. "I promise," she said, determined. Early the next day, the geese brought a sturdy branch. Each took one end in their beak, while the turtle clamped down on the middle with her mouth. "Ready?" they asked. With a deep breath, the turtle nodded. The geese took off, and for the first time in her life, the turtle felt the thrill of flight. Wind rushed over her shell, the ground grew distant beneath her, and the world unfolded like a tapestry of wonders. Golden fields, winding rivers, mountains that reached for the clouds. She was living her dream. As they soared above a village, children on the ground spotted the trio and began to shout and laugh. "Look, a turtle in the sky! How ridiculous! What a sight! Geese carrying a turtle!" Their laughter cut through the turtle's joy. Suddenly, all her wonder faded into shame and anger. How could they mock her when she was finally living her greatest adventure? The urge to respond grew too strong. She wanted to defend herself, to shout back, to explain her journey. And in that moment, she opened her mouth to speak. The branch slipped away. In an instant, she was falling, down, down, until she landed at the feet of the children below. Her dream had lasted as long as her silence. The geese, heavy-hearted, continued on their way. The villagers looked down and shook their heads. She just couldn't keep quiet. How many times have we, like that turtle, lost something precious because we simply couldn't hold back our words? We all carry, deep inside, a near unstoppable urge to defend ourselves, to answer every criticism, to insist on being understood. But sometimes, the need to speak out robs us of the peace we seek. Perhaps you too have felt the weight of regret, remembering moments when your tongue moved faster than your wisdom. We miss opportunities, spoil special moments, or even hurt ourselves just because we couldn't let someone else have the last word. But not every criticism requires a response. Not every judgment needs to be challenged. Sometimes, true strength is found in silence, in choosing not to fight every battle, in letting words float past like clouds in the sky. There is a gentle power in restraint, a freedom in letting things be. If this story touched your heart, remember that here at Dawn Stories, you'll find more stories that invite you to reflection and to the quiet strength that lives inside us all. If you wish to continue on this path of self-discovery, check out the video suggested at the end or click the card above. Walk with us, silently, thoughtfully, and with compassion. And if you haven't yet, subscribe and ring the bell so you won't miss our next story. Thank you for joining us on Dawn Stories. And remember, you don't always need the last word to be heard. Sometimes silence is the greatest wisdom your heart can offer.